What can I do for you?
Oh, a little song, a little dance. Batman's head on a lance. Tell me, what do you know about?
I don't know anything about Batman.
Really? Well, how about a little you and me?
You're insane.
I thought I was a Pisces. Come on, let's make up. Have a little whiff of my posy. Hold on. Where does he get those wonderful toys?
It's a Clipper King returning for a really special review today. It's not a complete figure, as a lot of you will know who followed the Clipper King on Facebook. I put some pictures up overnight of an head sculpt I've been sent by a great guy called Steve in Excess on Facebook, or on YouTube he's known as Trespass 1/6. I will put the links up to both his YouTube channel and his Facebook page. Please, at this point, just step across and subscribe to him or friend him on Facebook, because he is a good collector, and the work that I'm about to show you is fucking awesome, what he said. As you can see, I'm focusing on this box, which he actually asked me not to put as part of the review because he wants to put some graphics on this and just finish the work off, but I really liked it. Thought it was a really nice touch. Like I said, anybody who watched the video, the Message to Morris video, I'd had a package that came sort of a morning. This is what were inside. It came like, I opened it like that. Oh, fucking hell, what's happening here? Opened the box up, bubble wrap inside, and what were inside were an head and an hat. Now we'll move across and show you using the new Goblin. Some of you will have seen this pose, like I say, if you are friends on the Facebook page of the Clipper King, but now's the day to review it. So as you can see, it's a repaint of the '89 Jack Nicholson Joker, and it is fucking awesome work. I'm going to get you 3 or 4 poses with this head and hat. I'm going to compare it to the original head and just tell you what I like. I've already showed you the scene that this head comes from. It's the art museum scene from the '89 movie, and I think he's repainted this fucking beautifully. I will say he's made the art from scratch, which is really nice, fits really well. And then the head is a recast head, sort of painted from scratch. It's got fixed eyes, which have been painted again fucking awesomely. Just want to get it close. Like I said, just describe the pose. I've pretty much gone for my adaptation of the Boo pose, just as Kim Basinger's Vicky Vale's chucked the water in his face. I were going to go the whole log actually and put some talc on his hands as if the makeup was rubbing off, but I thought no, because it's not about the figure, it's about the head sculpt. So like I said, the setup, basically he asked me if I were interested in reviewing the Beret about 2 months ago, and I actually lost the private mail. I deleted it, cleared my private mail file out, and I deleted it, and then I couldn't remember who'd offered it me. He said I could keep the Beret if I reviewed it for him. So I lost that, and then I got another message, would I be interested in reviewing this head sculpt and the Beret? And then when I went to answer, it were on another channel name, so I couldn't answer. So, and then he sent me another one, am I interested in not or not? And I was like, well, I tried to answer once, but you've closed your channel down, and I was waiting for his new name to come across. Obviously, when I saw it, I thought, fucking too right, I want to review it, because my original '89 Joker review is one of my reviews that actually get quoted back to me more so than a lot of others. This and the '89 Batman and probably the new Terminator 1 and the new Batman 1 are probably my 4 most quoted back to me reviews. And I think I actually said in that review that for a DX it should have come with another version head sculpt, be it this or the completely flesh head and this art sort of thing. I can't remember how I worded it, but I'd sort of alluded to that in the review. So to get a chance to have a look at this, I was sort of fucking blown away when I got it. Another thing I'll be honest about, when I saw the pictures, I thought it'll be okay, but it won't be awesome. When I opened it up, took out the bubble wrap, showed my mates at work, again, I got the usual fucking hell, who's done that? I like this guy on Facebook and YouTube. Like, is he professional? I said, well, no, he ain't, but you'd never think it to look at that. But like I say, I massively impressed with it. And most people who've got this figure, I think they will be. But anyway, I'm going to crack on to some kind of real review or comparison, but I just wanted to show you that pose. I will say as well, the art is now mine, as I understand it, so I will be posing it with that art for a while. The head sculpt will be going back on Monday morning, but Steve's kindly offered to do me one, and he's offered me to do it free of charge. I did offer to pay, but he says, no, for doing me this, I'll repaint you an head and I'll send it you up. So I'm buzzing about the fact I'm going to get to keep one of those awesome looking heads, so I look forward to receiving that. But like I say, this one is sort of the master copy and this one is Steve's. So I'll put a short pause in there, I'll get her reposed up and we'll roll on. In the words of the great man himself, gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence. Right, moving on to pose number 2. I'll just scroll up her. I've gone for poses pretty inspired by the art museum scene. I've got him with his cane, sort of in a dancing style pose, and it's where he's sort of mimicking the statue kind of thing. So yeah, I went for that. Try to answer a few questions I think some of you might have. First thing I would think is that head for sale and where can I find it, sort of thing. Like I said, I'm not selling these heads by any stretch. I'm not even advertising that they're for sale because I don't know that for sure. Now, I spoke to Steve on, when were it? Must have been Wednesday night, I think, and said, what is the situation? Do you want them selling, or are we just showing what you've got, or what's the situation? He was like, well, I ain't got a run of them done. If anybody were interested, obviously, if we could come together on a price, I would do it, and that would be for the sort of beret or head or both. The way I understand it, the sculpts or the recasts are available on eBay, and it's pretty much he'll get hold of them and respray it like that. So, like I say, I personally love it. Like I say, he's definitely done something I couldn't do, because if I try and get into the eyes, just bear with me. That is a painted eye, which is unbelievable because he's still managed to get them glistening. The circles of the eye are accurate and true. When I looked at the scene that I showed you at the front of the review, the fact that he's got flesh colour on that eyebrow but not on that one is accurate. The sort of splash and run marks, I just think he studied it really well. I think it's a piece he wanted, and he thought the only way I'm going to get it done to what I require is by doing it myself, and I've got to say, he's put the time in and it's come out really good. Now, I don't know what an head sculpt like that or repaint is worth, but if you're comparing it with other repainters, you're not mugs, you know what these repaints go for. And I know this is a figure that sold pretty well, so I would think there'd be a lot of fans out there, sort of thing. And what I'm going to do, I hope I don't pull him out of this pose, but I'm going to take that off just to show. As you can see, the flesh tones up round the hairline, and then the sort of run marks or the marks where he's wiped it away. I think the hair, he's got the right colour green, and I said this to him on the phone, I think the thing with repaints is to do it, but don't overdo it. And by that I mean, some people will go for flesh tones, and instead of going for a real flesh tone, they'll make it pink and straight away it don't look accurate. Or they won't dry brush the hair, so there's no depth, it just looks like a sort of flat daubed green over painted. But I think he's definitely, he knew his shit, definitely. I mean, even the paint mark on the ear, can you see? Looking accurate. Trying to turn it around without knocking it out of pose. Obviously, because it's a recast, it still does look like there's the split in the air, but obviously the head doesn't open. But look, the greens for his hair, he hadn't used a lot of different greens, but what I think he's done is sort of painted it into the dark recesses of the hair and then sort of dry brushed it on top, so you get a natural looking hair. You get depth, light and shade, and I think he's done it fucking awesome. Like I said, when I'd said I was going to do it, I thought it'll be okay, but it won't be brilliant. But like I said, I didn't give him enough credit, because when I got it in hand, I was like, fucking hell, he's done a great job here. So like I say, massive respect to that guy. And I just hope that this short video sort of does it justice. Let me get into his face. Again, look, you can see, and you check it against the scene from opening this review. And I think where he's got the flesh tones and the whites is really accurate and really well done. Another thing I will say that I've been noticing on this, the sort of, let me get into his teeth. Right, the whites of the teeth look good. On this camera, I'm about a centimetre away from the actual sculpt, and it's picking up the black lines between the teeth more so than the human eye does. I know people say the camera's not doing it justice, and me myself, I think, fucking bullshit. Camera catches what it is, and it does definitely. But to me, stood probably, what, 20 centimetres away, my eye doesn't really pick up the definite lines on the teeth, where this camera does. So I think to the eye, it looks awesome. To the HD camera, it look, obviously you wouldn't have black lines on your teeth, but because when you stood looking at it, like I've said before, when you're looking at your collection, you're looking from a depth. Now, if there weren't the lines on the teeth from a depth, it looks stupid, just like a big white block in his hand. So he broke the teeth up really nice. But then when I get in really close like that, you do see the lines more than the human eye would. But like I say, how he's placed the eyes as well when he's painted it, he's made it look like an happy version of Joker. So, and I spoke about that before. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get him into another pose, and I'm going to compare it with the original Ed. And I'll just answer as well, a few people have picked up now that I'm throwing a lot more poses in. The reason for that is boredom, or the fact that I don't want the viewer to get bored. Even if people are coming across and think I talk shit, I think they will still watch these videos because this pose idea is in. And I actually said in a long comment to a guy called Mark on Grown Ups, I like his reviews because he's taking sort of, don't want to blow my own horn, but he's taking a lot of my ideas and running with them, and it makes me want to watch it. So when I watch a review, I want to see multiple poses. I want to see the best that the reviewer can do with it. Because other than that, you've got a figure stood up in front of you with just a guy talking in background, and it's not as enjoyable for the watcher, personally speaking. So I do try and throw poses in, because one at days, out your 5 poses, you might drop on one genius pose, and if that's the case, then people will come back and keep watching it. So that just explains that. But anyway, for now, I'm going to repose her up, and we'll compare it to the original Ed. Right, rolling on, pose number 3. As you can see, I've got the original sculpt there, which is still one of my favourite sculpts in the collection. I love how the purse works on it for the reason I've spoke about before. I do like how this hat fits, like I've said before, because you can have it really down, back, depending on how the pose is going. Either make him look gangster, make him look a clown. Whoa, make him fall over on his fucking forehead. So yeah, really do love that about it. Moving up this, pretty much gone for the pose. He tells Vicky Vale to smell his posy before he tries to fire acid on her. Again, these aren't screen accurate, but the my take on it sort of thing. Got him with his cane under, very regal gent kind of pose. The smile on his face, the laughing clown kind of thing. And then he's holding his lapel to bring the flower forward. I do like that, quite a natural one. Do like the lines of it. So yeah. And basically I've put it up like that so I can sort of compare Ed for Ed. I will say, again, I've put the beret on. I've not really touched on the beret. This is all good stitched work. The stitches around the sort of, I don't know if it's called a brim. They can be seen, but they're not messy. I think the pleats, the sort of 4 pleats that he's got that makes the beret fall down here, I don't know how many attempts he's had to do, but he's done a fucking right job on it, because it sort of hangs right. Anybody with a Barney Ross figure who tries to position his beret, you know sometimes it sort of pulls back against you. But this one's not, it hangs. I mean, I've basically placed it on his head and it's gone like that. Now, if you wanted it to have weight in it and sort of pull down like that, I would suggest you just put a 1p piece or a coin inside the hat, put it on his head, and then the weight of the coin will pull the hat down like that, if that's the look you wanted. And that would be an idea to sort of what I would do. But because of the how he's cut it and stitched it, that is how it stands. And I will say as well, and I don't think the camera is picking this up, but sort of on the creases in there, I don't know if you just give him like a light brush with like a bleaching agent or whatever, but there is like, or if it's a natural fade, but there is sort of a change in colour sort of on the pleats, but I don't think that's picking up because it's straight underneath light. But yeah, really nice done. That crease across there, as you can see, and I get a chance I will steam that out, put a bit of steam through that, and that won't be obvious. That's just how it's been folded in box. And like I say, I like how it drapes under there. So that's just to touch on the beret. Obviously, because it's the same head sculpt, that beret will go on either head. Let's have a little look here. Let's get a shot going on. So like I say, obviously the Hot Toys paint and the natural look and pores and everything, they are amazing. But this is amazing in its own right because of this is an amateur painter sort of thing. Yeah, obviously the sculpt's that strong that it still looks really natural. I mean, look at the pores in the forehead. Struggling for light a little bit. Still got the pores in the forehead that can be seen. The wrinkles. See, not only is it a good repaint, it's a good recast. So yeah, the paint on the eyebrows, really nice, well feathered, not just black straight lines. Feathered them really nicely. And like I say again, the paint smudge going up onto the ear. Lovely work. And then to come back to that one. Now, I think anybody with this collection would be tempted to have the repaint head and this head, because if you're like me, you like this head because of the movable eyes. I like to pose that head at an angle like that, so you get the menace look, where this one, because it's got the fixed eyes, it's always sort of looking happy. So it is a good option depending on the pose you're going for or the scene from the movie you're going for or whatever. I do think it's a really good option, and like I said, it is different enough. I know it's the same sculpt, but it is different enough to warrant having both. Now, like I said, I don't know the price that he would charge for that head, but remember, the price you spend on that head will put that value onto the set if you were ever to come to it anyway. So it's not money spent, it would be sort of money saved or added to you sell that. If I were to, when I get that head, if I were to sell this figure in 2 years' time and advertised it with a repainted smudge paint head, then that pushes the value of that up. So that's the way I always look at things like that. But yeah, I will just show as well that if I pull that off again, like I said, because it is just a recast of the same head, that hat will still fit on really nicely as well. So there's not much more I can say. I'm really happy with it. I think it's fucking awesome, and I hope this I hope this camera's done it justice. I know that's a cliche, and I hope this little short video's done it justice as well. I want to say a massive thanks to Steve or Trespass16. I'm going to put all his contact details below, so have a look from those. Remember guys, if you watch my video, please go across and subscribe to his YouTube channel, because his first video is actually showing you how he repainted this head. So it is an interesting video to watch in its own right, and obviously we can keep an eye on any future works. This guy might turn out to be one of the top head repainters, and then everybody's going to want to know him because they're going to be saying, will you do me my Dexter, will you do me my Rick Grimes head? And I think it's always nice to know these repainters early, because we know these prices fucking rocket up. So like I said, subscribe to his channel, add him on Facebook if you've not already, because he does seem a great guy. Like I said, I spoke to him the other day, and he knows his stuff sort of thing. So, and you know I don't hang around with no fucking arseholes. So yeah, massive shout out to him. Guys, if you've liked this video, get on him, like it, comment. I'll try and get back. I am trying to get back on these more recent videos. But like I say, just give me a couple of days at least to try and do it, because I do have other things going on. But anyway, this is a Clipper King for now, and I'm out of here. And before I really do go, I know I'd forgot to say something. That is the official head with the beret on. So I've just left it in same pose. But like I say, if you did just want the art, like I say, get in touch with him, because I'm sure a price will be able to be reached. But I think that looks nice as well. I don't know if it looks as fitting as that one, but that's the pose it's staying in my collection for now. So this is a Clipper King, and this time I'm really out of here.